In the previous episode of Secret Wars, we witnessed a peculiar world where there existed numerous Thors, and moreover those Thors served as the law enforcement of that realm who visit Mr. Sinister to safeguard it and escort him away to face punishment for his transgressions. Following this, we observed that future Foundation member Alex Powers locates a life raft, and upon opening it, the Cabal emerges from within and annihilates everyone present there. After the Cabal departs, Doctor Strange examines the life raft and discovers Miles Morales inside it, who had been concealing himself within that raft for an extended period. Upon seeing Miles, Doctor Strange transports him to his hidden isle, where he informs him about another life raft from which Spider-Man and all the other superheroes emerge. Then Doctor Strange tells them that 8 years had passed since their Earth was destroyed, and now they were situated in a new world, whose creator and god was Victor Von Doom, that is, Doctor Doom. Now we proceed forward. Our narrative commences at the hidden Isle of Agamotto, where after revealing to all the superheroes that Doctor Doom was the creator and god of this world, Doctor Strange tells them that all the incursions were actually a scheme of the Beyonders. Upon uncovering this, Doctor Doom had formulated his own strategy, according to which he was going to eliminate the Beyonders. Doctor Strange had acquired all this knowledge when he had joined the Black Priests. After meeting Doctor Doom, they proceed to the Beyonders' own domain to destroy them, where Doctor Doom succeeds in defeating them. Not only that, he also absorbs the Beyonders' power and employs their abilities to fabricate this world. A world that was constructed from the surviving remnants of all the Earths present in the entire multiverse. Because of this Earth contained many Mjolnirs and many Thors, and some portion of every Earth was incorporated. All the superheroes become quite stunned upon hearing this, but Doctor Strange informs them that the name of this world was Battleworld, and after all the Earths were destroyed, this world was the sole entity keeping humans and superheroes alive. But Cyclops, who was present there, tells him that Doctor Doom could never become a god, whether he took the Beyonders' power or God's own power. He could never equal a god, and Cyclops would demonstrate this to him personally. But before they could continue their discussion, Doctor Strange tells them that he has to attend a court trial, and saying this, he departs from there. Meanwhile, in Castle Doom, which was Doctor Doom's residence, or rather, Castle Doom, which was God Doom's home, a court trial was taking place. The very same court trial for which the Thors had brought Mr. Sinister from his domain, and everyone was assembled there to observe it. Doctor Doom had actually merged small fragments of many Earths to create Battleworld, and along with this, to ensure Battleworld functioned smoothly, he had established small kingdoms within it. To govern each kingdom, he had appointed a baron who would preside over it, and whatever transpired in that kingdom, that baron was held accountable for it. For example, the Baron of Bar Sinister was Mr. Sinister, the Baron of High Avalon was Captain Britain. Similarly, there were numerous different barons in many kingdoms. Ghost Rider was the baron of one kingdom, while Apocalypse was of another. At this time, all the barons were present there for that court trial, which was being conducted by Doctor Strange. Or rather, Sheriff Strange, because Dr. Stephen Strange was actually Doctor Doom's right hand on Battleworld, and Doom had bestowed upon him the position of sheriff. That's why he was referred to as Sheriff Strange on Battleworld. After the court trial commences, Sheriff Strange begins reading Mr. Sinister's charges and informs him that Mr. Sinister was actually responsible for smuggling goods outside his kingdom, which is why he had been summoned to this court. But upon hearing his charges, Mr. Sinister outright denies them, stating that he had done nothing of the sort and was completely innocent. But his accuser, Captain Britain, who was the Baron of High Avalon, steps forward and tells him that this was a blatant falsehood because Captain Britain had caught Mr. Sinister smuggling with his own hands. Upon hearing this, Mr. Sinister starts insulting Captain Britain and even mocks his pregnant wife. Upon hearing this, Captain Britain's younger brother completely loses his composure and begins shouting loudly. After witnessing this, Baron Sinister challenges Captain Britain's brother to a duel and tells him that if Baron Sinister lost this battle, he would confess to all his charges. But if he emerged victorious in this battle, all the charges against Baron Sinister would be entirely groundless. Upon hearing this, Captain Britain's brother accepts his challenge, and in this manner, a fierce battle commences between them. Mr. Sinister attempts to deliver a powerful strike against him, but Brian, who was Captain Britain's brother, was considerably faster than Mr. Sinister, and in one blow, he severs his head from his body. After winning his fight, Brian was celebrating his victory when suddenly Mr. Sinister's body rises from from its place without its head. Before Brian could comprehend anything, Baron Sinister launches a powerful attack against him, and the very next moment, Brian is lying on the ground defeated. Baron Sinister reattaches his head to his body and raises his weapon to separate Brian's head from his body when suddenly God Doom intervenes. Upon seeing this, everyone present there drops to their knees. Doom declares that he is the creator of this world, but over the past few days, he had received information that high-ranking individuals had actually begun regarding Captain Britain as their god, and Dr. Doom could never tolerate another god existing within his kingdom. But upon hearing this, Brian outright denies it, saying he had heard nothing of the sort. But God Doom completely disregards his words and states that his information was absolutely correct, and being a baron, it was Captain Britain's duty to know what was occurring in his district. Because of this, Doom orders him to be publicly executed. But suddenly, Susan, who was standing behind him, places her hand on his shoulder and says, "Mercy." After hearing Susan's words, God Doom pronounces his judgment. According to it, Captain Britain's younger brother Brian would now become the Baron of High Avalon, and God Doom sentences Captain Britain to the shield. Upon hearing this, all the Thors escort Captain Britain away. God Doom, along with creating Battleworld, had also erased the memories of all the people on it so that they would remember nothing of their previous existences. Because of this, on this entire Battleworld, there were only two individuals who retained their old memories, Sheriff Strange and God Doom himself. Taking advantage of this, Doom had also altered the reality of many people. For example, he made Susan Reed Richards' wife his own wife and made her children his own children. Among them, Valeria, who was exceptionally intelligent, was made Doom's left hand. At this moment, she was conversing with Sheriff Strange about kingdom affairs when their gaze fell upon Franklin, who had made Galactus his pet and was currently sitting on his hand playing with him. Meanwhile, after sentencing Captain Britain to the shield, the Thors bring him to a massive wall to serve his punishment. This wall was created by God Doom himself with his own hands, and it was said that this wall was actually 2,500 feet high and 16,000 miles long. This wall was actually called the Shield because it protected the inhabitants living inside it from the things dwelling outside it. And Captain Britain's punishment was actually that he would be sent to the opposite side of the shield. Captain Britain dons his armor to venture to the other side of the shield and then leaps across, but as soon as he reaches the other side of the shield, he begins hearing strange noises, and then his gaze falls upon Venom, who immediately starts attacking Captain Britain. Captain Britain somehow manages to stop Venom, but then his eyes fall upon the Marvel zombies present there. As I informed you all, God Doom had created this entire world from the remaining fragments of many different Earths, and this meant that some portion of every Earth that existed in the entire multiverse was present within this battle world. On the opposite side of the shield, Doom had placed things that could endanger his battle world, such as the Marvel zombies, and not only that, Ultron's AIs as well, which kept replicating themselves from time to time. Meanwhile, at Castle Doom, Susan Storm was gazing at the world outside the castle when Doom approaches from behind and tells her that he knows something is troubling her, and he wants to understand what it is. Susan tells him that nothing is wrong. She had been missing her brother Johnny for a long time, but Doom tells her that she doesn't need to worry because she could see Johnny with her own eyes whenever she wished. She just needed to look up at the sky, and Susan's gaze falls upon the sun above her head. And then we all come to realize that Johnny Storm had actually committed some offense, and in return, Doom had transformed him into a permanent sun that would illuminate their battle world at all times. After saying this, Susan tells God Doom that he should meet the people of his kingdom so that they too could understand how benevolent God Doom truly was. But Victor completely rejects this, saying that even though he was the god of this kingdom, there were many things he still couldn't do, and one of them was to heal his face. After saying this, Susan removes his mask and beholds the disfigured countenance concealed behind it. Not far from Castle Doom, the Thors had located Thanos and his Cabal. At this time, a fierce battle had erupted between the Cabal and the Thors. In the Cabal, besides Thanos, Black Swan, and Maximus, there was also Reed Richards from the Ultimate Universe, who called himself the Maker and was completely malevolent. At this time, all these individuals together were easily overpowering the Thors present there. But soon, this news reaches God Doom as well, and he begins observing all this with his own eyes. Valeria tells Doom that all these people don't actually belong to Battleworld because their energy signatures don't match the inhabitants of Battleworld. Not only that, Valeria also informs him that if this continued, Thanos, who was the most powerful among them all, would defeat all the Thors in no time. But suddenly a portal opens there and Stephen Strange arrives with his companions: Spider-Man, Black Panther, Captain Marvel, Thor, and Star-Lord. All of them together begin assisting the Thors present there. Valeria looks at the superheroes and tells Doom that their readings, like the Cabal's, also don't match Battleworld. But then God Doom's gaze falls upon Reed Richards, and upon seeing him, he becomes completely stunned. He tells Valeria that she shouldn't have to witness all this, and saying this, Dr. Doom vanishes from there. Meanwhile, a terrible conflict was ongoing between the Cabal and the superheroes. But due to Spider-Man and the other superheroes' arrival, the Cabal was gradually starting to lose the battle. But suddenly there is a loud clap of thunder and all the superheroes and supervillains freeze in place, because God Doom had arrived there. Upon arriving, Doom first looks at Reed and says to him, "I told you not to look for me, Richards, but you found me anyway." Upon hearing this, Reed says only one thing, that he built a ship and attempted to save his family and his companions. But after seeing all this, Thanos tells Doom that if he is the god of this world, he shouldn't be ashamed to say it, because Thanos had come there to tear him apart. Upon hearing this, Dr. Doom says, "God," and with that, Doom unleashes a devastating blast that severely wounds everyone present there. But suddenly, Cyclops, who was present there, starts attacking Doom. Due to the Phoenix Force, Doom's armor begins to completely melt away. Seeing this, Cyclops tells him that there can be only one god in this world, and that was Cyclops himself. But suddenly, Doom rises from there, seizes him by the throat, and in one motion, he breaks his neck and kills him. After witnessing all this, Sheriff Strange employs his powers and sends all the superheroes and supervillains present there scattering in different directions. But Doom is not pleased by this and asks Sheriff Strange why he did that. In response, Strange tells him that if he hadn't done that, Doom would have slaughtered them all right there. And Strange would never permit that to happen, because in that group there were many individuals who were Strange's very close friends. Upon hearing this, God Doom approaches him and in one motion completely incinerates Dr. Strange to ashes. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and share it, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.